Mike, when you were a kid, did you enjoy reading?
Absolutely. I mean, reading was one of my favorite things to do. It fosters imagination, which is a lot of fun. I could pretend to be a pirate sailing the seas or be an astronaut out in outer space.
Well, then you're really going to enjoy this next story. The 2017 TD Summer Reading Club is a national program where 2,000 libraries across the country will work together to engage young readers and featured stories and authors.
And author Marty Chan recently visited our AMI Edmonton studio to record his story, The Lost Dragon. Let's learn more about him and the club.
Meeting in the middle, the wingless creatures watched over the street like guardians. The closest I ever came to the dragons was when my grandfather lifted me onto the lion pedestal.
My name's Marty Chan. I am a playwright and kids author, and I've been working as a professional writer for the last 25 years. The Toronto Public Library put out a call for applications, and writers across Canada would submit proposals and suggest their story ideas.
And after reviewing all the applications, Marty was selected to write the featured English story.
They wanted to make sure it was accessible to everybody, and so I got a chance to narrate my own story.
Jennifer Schmidt works at the Toronto Public Library and is the project lead for the TD Summer Reading Club.
TD Summer Reading Club is a reading program for kids that happens during the summer at public libraries across Canada. It's a program that's designed to encourage the love of reading amongst children, to help them keep up their skills while they're not in school. Given that we're celebrating Canada's 150th birthday this year, we're very thrilled to announce that our entire recommended reads list is Canadian. So our selection committees have chosen 75 English titles and 75 French titles. Over the last few years, we've been making more of a concerted effort to make the national program more accessible and to make the things that we're providing to those public libraries more accessible.
And that is what's being done in partnership with the Centre for Equitable Library Access, or CELA, and the CNIB. Rachel Bro, the manager of member services for CELA, tells us more.
We want people to be able to read no matter what format they can read in, so it's vital to provide electronic and as well as print formats to kids with print disabilities. And for the Summer Reading Club, we have about a quarter of their list in accessible formats, and so that includes audio in DAISY format, some e-text, and Braille as well. And then when you go into the notebook itself, which is actually in print, but it's got larger text, and the lines where kids can write the books that they've read are wider spaced apart as well, just making it easier for everybody.
We've been working with CNIB to create an accessible version of the notebooks that kids get when they register for the program. We also create an audio version of the feature story that appears on our website so that kids can listen to the story as well as read it online.
And as mentioned earlier, that feature story was written by Marty. We caught up with him during the St. Albert's International Children's Festival and asked him to tell us more about it.
She turned over the cup, but the die was gone.
The Lost Dragon is about two kids who go to visit the China Gate, and it's an archway that crosses over a street. And at the top of the archway, there are two sort of stone dragons, and there are two stone lions at the base of the gate. One of the kids makes a wish on a stone ball in the lion's mouth and wishes that the dragon could come to life, and it does. And it's lonely, and it wants to go home, and the kids have to find a way to get that dragon back to where it belongs.
We will release the first segment of Marty's story on our website on June 15th, and then our plan is to release 2 segments a week on Mondays and Thursdays.
Written as a serialized story in 12 installments. There's cliffhangers each and every chapter. So I think kids who like adventure, like an element of fantasy, they're really going to enjoy The Lost Dragon.
What a great way to make the TD Summer Reading Club accessible for everyone.
And dragons. Don't forget about the dragons.
Right. You really want to read this book now, don't you?
I totally do. I love dragons. And for anyone else who does, make sure you check out tdsummerreadingclub.ca for more information.